Now, where are you from?
I'm from Reidsville, North Carolina.
Still living?
Town.
Still living there?
No, I'm not in Reidsville no more. I'm in a town about 20 miles outside of there. It's a little bit bigger because I can't be around the people I grew up with because them niggas some haters.
And what town is that called now that you're in?
I'm in Greensboro,
Okay.
North Carolina.
Now, when, as far as your age, did you move to Greensboro?
I moved to Greensboro when I turned 25.
Okay, so
not too long ago.
It wasn't during your schooling years, it was after you were an adult.
After I became a grown-ass man, I decided to move outside of the town that I grew up from.
And you said that was Reidsville.
Reidsville. You've never heard of it. It's probably it's a little bit outside of damn Virginia, but it's close to North Carolina too. It's right in the middle. It's called Reidsville. Nobody really knows too much about it, so like.
Never heard of it. That's true, I haven't.
Exactly.
Now, people watching this may be familiar with Greensboro, but if they're not, how far, and let's say they know Charlotte, how far is Reidsville from Charlotte?
Reidsville is about 2 hours from Charlotte.
Okay.
Now, we fuck with the same flavors people from Charlotte, but we still not from the same area as them. Like,
okay.
They're more like the city culture. We more like the country. We're more centric.
Now, what was it like for you growing up in Reidsville? Can you paint the picture for us?
Growing up in Reidsville, I mean, it kind of felt like we was behind a little bit. Like, all the music that would come out, like, we would be about 5 years behind everybody else. So it still feel like we playing catch up. But when we do come out with shit, that shit A+, and it's better than a lot of niggas, man.
Was it a rough upbringing for you?
I wouldn't say that it was rough. I would say that everybody was down at a low upbringing, but I wouldn't say it was just shitty and rough. Like, we all knew each other and we all was doing okay. Everybody was doing all right for each other.
As a kid, did you get into trouble?
I was more of a class clown. Like, I would always have jokes and shit. Like, I would always have some funny shit to say. So, I mean, like, I wouldn't really get in trouble like that. Like, they might put me over in the corner or make me be quiet for a minute, but I just go back to being Sprat again. So, like, I would just always be me.
Did you rap in school?
I ain't start rapping until late. I ain't even get to rapping until I was almost a senior in high school. And the only reason I even started rapping was because of older people around me. Just because it seemed like them motherfuckers seemed cool just because they was rapping and shit. So I wanted to be known and shit. So I got on my shit.
Battle other classmates?
I wasn't no battle rapping ass nigga, man. Like, I make good music. Like, it's the difference between a rapping ass nigga and a battle rapping ass nigga and a nigga that make music. And I make good songs, I make music. I'm Sprat. Like, I ain't on that rapper shit. I make good songs for people to listen to.
Most class clowns I know, they might do battle stuff because they're funny, it's a funny thing, you're dissing people, but in a fun way. That's why, it might make sense if you did battle back then. I
mean, that does make sense, but like, for me, I was in my own lane. So like, niggas was battle rapping, don't get me wrong, but I was making songs, so people was knowing me for shit I was saying. So they would be repeating hooks I would say all the time. So it wasn't for me battle rapping.
Graduated high school?
I did graduate.
Tried college?
I actually went to college and I finished, so I feel like I'm ahead of people already just because I'm smarter than everybody else.
2-year degree or 4-year degree?
4-year degree, my brother. I already done finished and got all of that. So now I done went back to this music stuff just because I found out that school shit ain't worth it. You still owe them niggas after you finish.
If you got a scholarship or a grant, that would help with some of that debt.
That would have helped, but I was having too much fun. I was working on my craft as far as music. If you're naturally talented and gifted, you're gonna be focused on what you're good at. So you're not gonna be thinking about schoolwork and shit like that. So that was the shit that I was into.
Now, what school did you attend, college-wise?
Now, I went to a college in Charlotte. It was on the west side of Charlotte. I don't want to tell you the exact name of it, but it was a school on the west side of Charlotte, and it wasn't UNC Charlotte.
Okay. And what was your major?
My major was computer science and information systems.
Looking back, was that a good major to go for? Or do you wish you would have chose a different major, or?
I feel like it was a great major for me to choose just because if I don't prolong in this music shit, I know I can always go back to me just doing computers and all of that shit. But right now, this music shit took me to Atlanta, so that's where I'm at right now, talking to you.
And that's what I was going to ask. When we talk about college, there's some college majors that, you know, some people might go to college just because they don't know what they want to do, so they pick something, maybe to make their parents happy or something like that, and they don't really use the degree they got because they might have picked something that, you know, you can't really use or something like that. I was just curious if that was something that you could use.
It is something I can use just because computer science, that's something that'll never go away. I mean, people use computers every day.
So you didn't pick a major, oh, this is an easy major for me to graduate in. This is something easy I could slide by through college and say I got a degree for it. This is something you can use later on in life if you want to or if you need to.
Exactly. I use this as my second option. I am a rapper, and I feel like the shit that I put out is entertaining. But if I couldn't do it, I'll fall back on what my second option is, and that is me being a major at computer science.
Was going to college a self-motivated thing for you, or were your parents pushing you to do it, your family pushing you to do it?
I did it for my mom, because when I was 19, I didn't have nobody but my mom and my grandma. So when I was in school, my mom died, and when she died, I made damn sure that I finished just for her. So I didn't give a fuck even if I didn't know shit about my major. I did it just for her, just because I know her soul is floating and she's watching me. So I just try to motivate people just by showing them that you can do whatever you want to do.
What year in your college career did she pass away? Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior?
She passed away my freshman year, man. Like, I wanted to leave college. Like, I wanted to walk the fuck out. As soon as my family walked in and let me know that she was gone, like, as soon as they wrapped their arms around me and told me that my mom was gone, I wanted to walk the fuck out. But I didn't, because I know that she wanted me to finish.
How did she pass away, if you don't mind me asking?
She passed away because she had complications with her lungs. They said that it was something like she had pneumonia or something, but I'm not too sure because they said that she had trouble breathing. They gave her some medicine to help her go to sleep, and she passed away after she went to sleep. So if anything, I feel like that it might have been the motherfucking doctors, if anything, but what can I do? I'm just a normal nigga.
So shocked, I'm assuming you were, about the death of your mom. Wasn't expecting it, didn't see it coming?
I was shocked. I feel like it helped me become a man faster than what the people were around me, just because they were more focused on having fun. And I wasn't focused on having fun. I was worried about getting to the bread. I was focused on going to the studio. I was focused on my fans. I was always worried about the next thing instead of what was going on in front of me right then and there.
Any death is a bad death, especially that of a parent, especially that of a mom. But the good thing is, at least you had your mother up until adulthood. You could have lost her as a teenager, which is crucial. You could have lost her earlier in your life, and it might have been a different upbringing for you. So at least you had her, you know, at least up to adulthood.
Those are facts. And then with me having her until I became an adult, I learned a lot. And this is what made me become the man that I am today. And that's why y'all are filming me, because I mean, a lot of niggas ain't built for this type of shit. They lose one of their parents, they use that shit as a cop-out. I'm not using shit as a cop-out. I'm out here right now, and I'm still standing. I'm not like all these other fuck niggas.
So how actually were you notified about her passing? It was a phone call, or they actually physically came to see you and tell you this information?
I'm gonna tell y'all like this, DJ Smallz. I talked to my mama at 3 o'clock that night. She told me she was doing just fine. I woke up at 9 o'clock a.m. I called her, she didn't answer. I walked down the steps from my dorm. I saw my uncle, my grandma, and my mama's sister there, and they all wrapped their arms around me. So I already knew what the fuck it was. All I can do was pray to God for strength and to keep moving forward.
Did you attend the funeral?
I did attend the funeral.
What do you miss most about your mother?
I mean,
I'm sure it could be a variety of things, but what do you miss most? What sticks out?
the only thing I kind of miss is just my mom waking me up at about 8 in the morning just telling me that I'm handsome. Cause my girlfriend will wake me up around 11 telling me I'm handsome, but like my mom used to wake me up early to tell me I'm handsome, so I do miss that, but it's really just a motivational thing just because my mom used to just keep me always smiling and laughing, but my girlfriend does the same thing, and I feel like, damn, that's something important that you need to have. You need to have somebody to keep you going forward always, man.
Favorite memory of your mom?
I say my favorite memory of my mom was when she first heard me rapping, because she never heard me actually doing music, so when she heard me down cussing and talking ignorant and crazy as hell, she was just like, she was happy just because I was quiet as fuck. And like, with me down coming out my shell to down saying all this ignorant shit and down just saying it the way I was saying it, she was proud of me just because I was down creative with it. And down it just kept me down wanting to keep doing it.
Somebody watching this, let's say they just lost a parent, maybe their mother.
Yeah.
What's some advice? And everybody copes with death differently, but what's some advice you would tell somebody coping with the death of a parent or their mom?
Man, anybody coping with the death of anybody, I would feel like for them to become a fan of me and just to have them watch the Pizza Nigga, aka Sprat, just because I'm the living testimony of anything bad can happen, you could turn around and make that shit positive, and I'm damn that nigga for that. So just watch me.
Did the death of your mom change the direction of your music?
Yes, it did completely, because it motivated me. Like, at first, like, I used to feel like, damn, like, I wouldn't feel like things were handed to me, but I feel like some shit would just fall in my lap. But like, after, damn, I started taking huge L's, I feel like I worked harder, and the harder I worked, more shit down would show for me. So like, I just felt like, damn, that is something that pushed me forward, even though it was negative.
Now, you have a special reason for finishing college, and that was like a promise to your mom, right?
Yeah.
But if you could do it all over again, do you wish you never would have attended college? Do you wish you would have went straight into the music sooner and bypassed college? Or was getting a college degree and how everything played out, it is what it is,
like,
type of thing?
I'm not one of them people that sit there and say, oh, I wish I would have done this, I wish I would have done that. I know everything happens for a fucking reason, Smallz, everything. So like, the reason that I did this was for me to be here. I had to grow and to be able to be molded to be the person I am today. So I'm not gonna sit here and look back at shit.
What do you tell somebody just getting out of high school? Let's say they have a passion for music. Doesn't necessarily have to be a rapper like yourself. There's other positions in music, producer, DJ, videographer, music director, whatever, right?
Yeah, I would tell them to go follow their dream just because, damn, you don't have that much longer to, damn, do what the fuck you want to do. Like, I mean, like, by the time...
before you just go crazy with this answer, because I already know where you're going, but let me just give you the option of the answer, of the question. Do you tell a person go straight into the music if they have a passion for it after high school? Or do you tell them if they can continue their education, do that and music at the same time? What's your answer there? What do you tell somebody?
Now, this depends on how good you are.
And everybody's different, but this is generally speaking.
Yeah, all right. Generally speaking, I would say you go with what your heart, damn, tells you. So I would go with, damn, your talent. So if you're good at music, and damn, you have a door opening for you to do music, open that motherfucking door up and walk through that bitch. Because you never know what'll happen. And damn, your talent will speak for itself. I'm the kid right now speaking on this damn camera. I never thought I'd be here, but I'm right on this bitch.
Jobs you had growing up, if any?
Now, I had a damn job. I had a shitty-ass job. I worked at motherfucking k-mart. Not even Wally World, not Walmart, motherfucking k-mart. A shitty-ass job that I used to go to every day and get paid $7.25. But you know what? I appreciate that shit.
That was the only job you ever had?
Only job I ever had, k-mart.
Tough job?
I wouldn't say it was tough. It was more shitty and damn stressful, if anything, because I was getting paid $7.25 and I'm eating motherfucking McDonald's every day, living off of McDoubles and motherfucking value fries. That ain't no way for a nigga to live.
Any crazy stories dealing with that job? Anything out of the norm?
Motherfuckers was trying to rod whack on us every time I was trying to get a burger from that bitch. I just thank God that I was able to damn get my sandwich in peace. Straight facts.
Get fired from that job, or did you quit?
I quit just because damn I let my manager know that I needed to finish school and I wasn't about to continue to deal with the stresses of working at motherfucking Whack Arnold's, as Dave Chappelle put it.
Now, you mentioned your mother in this interview.
Yeah.
What's the status of your father?
My father passed away before my mother did, so that made me even 10 times stronger. So like, I'm like this right here every time I walk around, even though I'm smiling. So like, I ain't damn no weak ass nigga, dog. I've been through a lot out here, man. My daddy gone too.
Were they together or separated?
They was separated, man. You know I'm a nigga, man. Ain't no mom and daddy together when you black, man. Come on now, smaller.
Now, how old were you when they separated?
I was 2, so I don't even remember, dog.
Very
like,
young.
Yeah,
very young.
Man, like,
Did you have a good relationship with your father or no?
Oh yeah, like my daddy was like when you and your dad aren't, like when your mom and dad are separated, your dad is more like your best friend as opposed to your father. So my dad was like my best friend up until he passed away. So he was my homie, man.
And what did he, go ahead.
I was about to say, he was from here. He stayed down here, so
Atlanta.
I used to come visit him, yeah. Yeah.
Now, what did your father pass away from?
I actually, I really don't know what caused him to pass away. All I know is that they told me that they found him somewhere, and it fucked me up that they told me that they found him somewhere, but I mean, I had to be the man and damn suck that shit up and take it from what it was. And when they told me they found him somewhere, we had the funeral, and that's what it was, man.
So he was killed, or it was, you know?
They said that they found him. They said they found him wrapped up in the carpet. So I feel like he had died, and the people around him just made sure that they didn't have nothing to do with it, just because of the shit that he was into.
I see. Okay.
Real shit.
Now, pretty tough. How old were you when that happened?
I was 13. I was playing basketball at the time, and not only that, my homeboys knew about it, so we was all playing ball together. I'm damn drilling the ball behind my back, crossing people up, and the niggas that was guarding me knew that my dad was dead and I didn't. So damn, they was just like, God damn, nigga, like, you don't even know what the fuck's really going on with you, and you still down doing what you need to do. So like, niggas read my perseverance early in life, so like, that's what made Sprat, and that's what made Peace a nigga, just because of damn the wild shit that happened to me when I was younger, dog.
How would they know about his death before you?
Just because of the small town I was in, so everybody knows you. When you in a small town, if you grew up in a small town, everybody gonna know your mama and daddy, so even if you didn't know about that move, somebody else would.
So the death was kind of kept away from you, the news
Exactly. Of it. They tried to keep me away from shit, but I already knew what the fuck was going on. I was waiting for people to tell me.
So you actually found out about his death through your friends?
Exactly.
Pretty tough. How soon after his passing did you find out?
I found out about 24 to 48 hours later. My mom told me, and like that was the first time she ever heard me curse. I was like, God damn, mama, like what the fuck? And she was just like she couldn't say nothing. All she could do was hug me and shit, and I'm just cussing and shit, acting crazy as fuck. I mean, like, you know, like all she could do was what a mama do, and that's just put her arms around me, but that shit ain't help nothing.
Now, we talked about your parents. What about your siblings, though? Any siblings?
No, it's only piece of niggas. It's only Sprat, man. I ain't got no siblings. I got my brother right here, John Locke, man.
But that's not your biological brother.
That's my brother, but that's all I got, man. That's it, man.
So you were the only child of the two. Anybody else raps in your family aside yourself, or just you?
Just a person behind you, man. Just my family that's from the town I was from. They motivated me to rap. They all made me want to take this shit to a higher level just because I felt like they should have been heard, but they wasn't. So that shit made me want to do way more than what everybody else was doing just because I knew that I could somehow take that shit farther and I'll bring them along with me if I can. And that's what I did. And that's what I continue to do.
Now, we spoke about a variety of subjects in regards to your upbringing, but overall speaking, what's your message to the youth? What would you tell them?
Man, my message to the youth is if you got a dream, go chase that shit. If you find out you weak at your dream, go work towards that shit until you become on point with your shit. Don't give the fuck up, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to give the fuck up. They want you to fold up. They want you to be weak. But don't be weak, man. Don't.